Yeah, everybody's popping in. Love it. Love having a big group. So as you're coming in, just remember this is your session. We're going to do a few introductions and then we're going to talk about our programs. But just be thinking about any questions you have that you want to ask because we will have time for your questions at the end. So think about what you want to ask and be sure to post it for us. So I see it looks like we might be stabilizing a little bit now. So Ben, you think we could go ahead and kick it off now?
Sure. I'm also going to add a poll to the chat just for fun. So the chat is sort of on the right-hand side, I believe, for everybody. Hi, David, Chelsea, Danielle, and oh boy, that's a name I'm not sure I can pronounce correctly, but I could try. I don't know. Magdalena? That'd be my guess, but welcome. And happy to have you here. So I'm going to put a poll out for people. If you want to participate, you can. You don't have to, but it's always great when you can. So I'm just going to go ahead and publish that. And then we're going to turn it over here in a minute. But my name is Ben. I'm the lead academic product manager for the IT programs. So my job is sort of student experience and making sure we have the right courses, the right content, and that kind of thing moving forward with our programs, and that students have the best experience we can provide. And I'm here with many of my colleagues, including my director. So I'll let my director jump on.
All right. Well, welcome everyone. And I see a few people saying they're having trouble getting on. So hopefully that will get worked out in just a minute. But it looks like we have a lot of people on. So my name is Peggy White. I'm the Associate Dean and Director for the IT programs. I've been at WGU about 10 years. I'm delighted to have you here and have you with us today. I bring about 20 years of leadership experience. I'm a former CIO to this program, so I'm really focused on the world of work and how your degree can move you forward in your career. And so, with that introduction, we have some of our managers from our mentoring side with us today. I'll start with Debbie. Debbie, introduce yourself briefly.
Yes, so my name is Debbie Kearney. I've been at WG for 12 years. I'm the manager over the Masters in IT Management. And before coming to WGU, I worked in IT for 14 years in databases, Unix systems, Linux, networking. So I bring a wealth of IT knowledge in my role also. And so welcome, everyone.
Kevin.
Yes, hello everybody. My name is Kevin Ray, a faculty manager. Been at WGU for 9 years now, in the School of Technology. Backgrounds: electrical engineering, software engineering, architecture, and have a lot of experience in the industry and the military as well. So really excited about you all being here. Welcome.
And Alan, we'll let you introduce yourself and then kick off our program by talking about our programs, and then we'll come back and we'll answer questions for you.
I think you're muted, Alan.
Okay, thank you. All right, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Alan Bruce. I'm a faculty manager here in the School of Technology. My background is I'm retired military, been with WGU for about 9 years, and I have 11 amazing mentors on my team that is ready to assist you. So we're going to go through this briefing today. If you have some questions, feel free to post them in the chat, and we'll go ahead and get started. So we're covering the Bachelor and a Master of Science in IT and IT Management. So our program overview, we have 3 different programs. We have the Bachelor of Science of Information Technology. We have the Masters of Science in Information Technology. And then we have the Masters of Science of Information Technology undergraduate, which is an accelerated course that takes you from a bachelor's to a master's degree. Our BSET program is General IT, Foundations of Modern Technology. encompasses the principles of computer hardware, software, networking, security, and data management. And we have 9 certifications. So listed here is the 9 relevant certifications that we have. A+, Network Plus, Security Plus, Project Plus, IT Operations Specialist, Secure Infrastructure Specialist, Amazon, that's for our Amazon students, ITIL, Foundation Certification, and the Linux Essentials. Here's our relevant job market examples. So as you can see from the median salary, topping off there at our IT project managers, then you have system administrators, project coordinators, information security analyst, network admin, and then IT tech support and specialist, and just a help desk specialist. So there's our salary ranges that you can look forward to with this degree. So with our master's in information technology, effective IT management is about understanding the business and aligning the technology solutions with the business goals. Managing technology resources and teams to deliver value to the organization. This program offers one optional certification, which is the CAPM certification. As you can see here, here's the annual median salary for those that chose to go forward and receive their master's degree in information technology. So I'll let you look at that for a minute, and then we can go to the next slide, Ben.
And yeah, I think the big thing here is obviously it's a master's degree, so you're up in that management area, so the salaries all go up. You know, they're all above or right around that 100,000 mark versus like what you saw in the bachelor's program. And that actually is kind of relevant for the next program. Go ahead, Alan.
So with our master's undergraduate, which is an accelerated program, this is the best of both worlds for those without a bachelor's degree who want to rise quickly and advance in their career in a rapid pace. So we offer the same as the same 9 certifications that's offered in the Bachelor's of Science of Information Technology. So you'll receive all 9 certifications plus through the accelerated program to go into your master's program. It combines your bachelor's and master's, meaning fewer courses than completing the program separately. Students, you have to graduate the BSIT. Then in the next term, you cannot start until the following term. Then you can start in on your master's. This is an accelerated program, replaces Project Plus with the CAPM certification.
And just to point out what that means basically is, let's say you start a term in January, and terms are 6 months long. If you start a term in January, your term ends then at the end of June. If you completed, because you can accelerate it at WGU, go as fast as you want. If you completed all of your courses in that term in the undergraduate program in February, you wouldn't be able to start the master's program until July. And that's not a roadblock we put in front of you. It's something that we have to conform to from the Department of Education rules of not being enrolled in 2 degrees in the same term. And that's something that sometimes frustrates students. And we want to make sure that we call that out right away at the beginning. You have to wait till the next term to start the next program. And it's something that we would love to be able to change, but we haven't been able to. We've been working on it though. And it's something that that's important. David asked, is the CAPM better than Project Plus? And the answer to that, I don't know, Peggy, if you want to answer that question, but I would say yes, it's sort of managing teams. It's a little bit, or managing multiple projects. It's a little bit of a step up over Project Plus.
Yeah, I would say CAPM is better recognized in the industry, particularly if you want to pursue a career in project management. I will say Project Plus is becoming more recognized in the industry as a good certification because it's very focused on IT projects, whereas your CAPM is a little bit broader. But if you plan to be a project manager, I think you're going to want to become a project management professional, and so the CAPM is a good start for that. And yes, it is internationally recognized. So I like the CAPM in the MUG program, and it is also in our master's degree. So this is something, if you're already certified by the PMI Institute, that you might be able to transfer in as well. So it's a great certification. And then I'm going to go back also to what Ben said about waiting for a term to start. You do have to do that. Plan that with your program mentor. We're here to help you plan. So it's a lot less frustrating if you have planned for it. Now we're telling you about it. Just make sure you make a plan. If you're accelerating a lot of courses, you finish early. That's a great time to just take some you time and have a little rest and refresh, or maybe start looking ahead at some of the courses in your master's program and doing some reading on those. So, but work with your program mentor, and they can help you plan for that, and they can help you plan so that you don't have a long break between the two. It's just a matter of working on your calendar a little bit. So and then I think we had some comments about kind of what I call the CompTIA stack: A plus, Security plus, Net plus. These are a great stack of certs to have because just like the CAPM, they're very industry recognized. So I think that sets people up. To me, these degrees, it's a broad-based degree, and I think in today's world where you have AI being brought in to do a lot of things, this gives you a broad understanding of a lot of different fields, so you can shift, you can understand what's happening, and you're not just narrowly focused in one area.
Quick question and answer here. A question about, can you start the master's? Is MSIT the MSIT UG, the bridge program, the accelerated masters? Is that the only way you can get the master's program? And that's no. There are really no entrance requirements beyond you need a bachelor's degree for the master's program. So if you already have a bachelor's, you can go right into the master's program. That's not an issue at all. So you don't need to take our BSIT or anything like that, and you don't even need an IT degree necessarily to take the master's degree, though it does help to have some IT experience for the master's program going in. It's definitely helpful. I don't know if I put that correctly or not, but if anybody wants to jump in there, they're welcome to.
Yeah, I was just going to make a real quick comment that the MUG program, I think the real advantage of the MUG program is you get to your degree sooner, and it shaves off some graduate courses for you. So that's why we call it a bridge program. So when you're done with your MUG, you will be awarded a bachelor's degree in IT, but to Ben's point, you need to wait until your current term's ended before you can start the master's portion of it, which is the MSIT program.
Two other questions we have in the Q&A section. Our courses filed based on the program plan. Generally speaking, yes. Can that be changed? Potentially. So if you come in with a lot of credits that you transfer in, you'll be starting in a different place than somebody who has no transfer credits whatsoever. So that is one thing. And sometimes we do move courses around, but in general, we have a path that has, and the IT programs are some of the older programs. So that path has been developed over time and is generally the best path. But if there's a reason or rationale for us to move something, we can do that sometimes. Hopefully that answers your question. You can talk with your program mentors about that, and we just want to make sure you're going to be successful in that. I noticed you had talked about the A+ certification, and that one can be difficult for students. We want to make sure you have all the prerequisite knowledge you need there before you jump into those. And looks like we answered the second one there for Joshua as well. Can you change it? Yes, your program mentor can help you change programs after you've started. I believe that would begin at the next term, if I remember correctly. But there are some crossover courses too that can be helpful. Like since BSIT and the MUG are basically the same, except for those master's courses, that should be pretty easy to do. If you already have certifications and they're valid, they would give you during the enrollment process. Yep, you'd be able to get credit for those. So that's how that works as well. And we do have study aids, like for people who are in our programs. But it looks like really quickly people are answering those questions in the chat. So if you're in a program that has a certification, we have all the study guides and things you need for that. But if you're outside of that, we typically don't provide those materials or a program that you're not enrolled in. Those are really a lot of questions, like rapid fire. I'm liking this a lot. I don't know if there's anything back in the chat there. Looking pretty good. Don't think I'm seeing anything that I'm missing. So if you have questions, go ahead and throw them in the Q&A. It's the easiest place for us to answer them quickly, I think. There's a new one somewhere here.
So there was a question, Ben, I see about the role of IT project managers. And it was kind of, in theory, you have some experience on the help desk system sides for 5 years, and you have those CompTIA certs. I think what businesses are typically looking for in a project manager is some project management experience, as well as either Project Plus or having your CPM or your CAPM, but they're going to want some experience. So I think volunteering to work on a project is a great way to go for that. Ben, is there anything you would add to that?
No, I think, a lot of our students end up as project managers for sure. And it's a pretty good career. You need project managers everywhere, and I know my wife has put out she works for a county and has had to hire project managers just as like ad hoc when they have certain projects they need to manage. There's lots of different ways you can work within a company. You can kind of work for a company that farms out project managers for IT stuff. It's a lot of opportunities there for sure.
So Mark is asking if our program has active IT internship opportunities. And Mark, I have to tell you, I think internships are so important for students. And so that is definitely something that's on my mind as the leader of this program, is how can we build internships into the program. But today we don't have that. However, WGU does have a career services group, and our career services group is always working on helping students to find internships. So we do have opportunities for internships through career services, but it is not a, I would just say, quote, formal program that is part of your degree program right now.
Two other questions, the vouchers. So exam vouchers, when you get to the end of the course, you're ready to take the exams. In BSIT specifically, all of those third-party certifications, those, if you pass the exam, you pass the course. So that's how those work. So when you're ready to take those exams, you work with your instructor to get the voucher to go take the exam. If you pass that, then you pass the course and you move on to the next one. The CAPM is the only exception to that. So either in the bridge program or in the master's program, when you take that certification, you pass our course first and you get credit for the course. And then we give you a voucher if you want to take the CAPM. And some people opt not to take it. So that's the only optional one where you can decide to take it if you want. All the other ones, if you pass the exam from the provider, then you've also passed our course. And that's how that works there. Hopefully that was clear. And then, yeah, the active search question, honestly, the best thing to do is work with your enrollment counselor to verify what works and what doesn't, because they're going to be the most up to date on that and helping you through which, if something's lapsed or not lapsed, or if we're going to count it for credit or not. Generally, if it's still, if you have an active certification, you're generally going to be able to waive that course. So that's usually how it works. But I don't know everything about enrollment, so I don't want to say one thing that's not true. But the enrollment specialist will help you make those, help you figure out what you can transfer and what you cannot.
So David is asking about a partner pipeline for the master's program. David, I'm assuming that by that you mean a business partner who is actively hiring our graduates, and the answer to that would be no, though we do have an advisory board that's made up of members of the business community. Some of them are WGU graduates, some of them are not. And so we do have a lot of contacts with business in this program and really in all of our programs. But if that's not what you meant, just clarify your question. So we'll try to get you an answer to it.
Another similar question from Mark was, does the BSIT have internship opportunities within the program itself? No. However, career services, once you've kind of you're ready to graduate, that kind of thing, they do have some opportunities that if you can work with career services or getting some internship opportunities there if it makes sense within a given area. And that's what we have currently today for those offerings.
And Chelsea's asking, would classes successfully completed in the BSIT be recognized or applied in another WGU degree? And of course, Chelsea, that depends. But if it is the same course or possibly an equivalent course, the answer is yes. So there is a really good chance that yes, it would count. However, if you transfer to a program where the courses are not the same, then no, they would not transfer. So we have a lot of similarities with the network and cloud programs and also with the cybersecurity program. We have some with the data program, but not as much. Some with software, but not as much. Some with computer science, not quite as much. So maybe.
A couple more questions here. UX from Christiana. I'm a UX UI strategist. I want to transition to I am making the transition to IT. I transition to IT management. Stepping stone, like what would you recommend for stepping stone success? That is really what our IT management program is for. It's really for that. So you'll have some idea of IT because you've worked in UI and UX, like you're going to have some background there already. And we're going to give you management strategies in around all the other areas of IT, that kind of thing. So I think that degree is probably what you're looking for there. There are other opportunities too. That I don't want to just say that ours is the only program at WGU. There is a MBA that has an IT emphasis that has a lot less IT stuff in it. So if you feel like you are very well versed in the IT world, but you want to know more of the business side, you can go the MBA route as well. So that's another option for people who feel like they need that. And then experience. Josh was asking about experience. Yes, experience is really important in the IT space right now. So many jobs are asking for 3 to 5 years. And that is part of the reason why we try to have as much hands-on learning and be competency-based here as possible. And that we have those certifications for our courses and for the exams, basically for those courses, so that there's some proof of experience or being able to do the job and hit the ground running, even if you haven't had as much on the ground experience. But yes, we're definitely seeing that experience is a big deal in the industry as well. And having those certifications though can help. And then we try to do as much hands-on learning as we can to prepare you for that, to be competent and be able to take that role.
I can answer some questions on the internships only because I have kiddos in college and got internships, and they act, and they're engineers. They're both, that's their major, but they looked locally, right? Because a lot of companies where you live have internships. So that I recommend getting your resume together just with the college courses that you completed, right? Because their jobs were not related to anything in engineering. And then they just applied a lot of different places and did interviews. So, practice with career services on interviewing skills. And once you get an internship, that'll give you some of that work experience as well. And it paid off for my daughter because now she's working in engineering. So the same, right? For you as well, if you're new to IT, is to look for internships locally where you live, right? And a lot of them are part-time, or they'll just do for the summer, whatever works for you to get that experience. So hope that helps a little bit, Mark.
And also, I would just say that, WGU is always trying to innovate in the online learning space, and we are always going to try to continue to add more experiential learning where we can at the scale that we have 200,000 students. So that's a big scale to try to find everybody an internship. But we're going to do our best to try to fit those opportunities as time goes on and as technology allows for us to do more in those spaces. But right now, the biggest thing for us, we do have stuff in careers in the career center for the internship pieces. Who knows what we'll have in the future?
I think we've covered all the questions in the chat. We do have about 5 more minutes. If anyone has another question, this is a great time to throw it in there. Again, I think this is a really good foundational degree that's going to give you a lot of flexibility in industry. You can take the undergrad program in a lot of different ways by just adding a few more certs on after you graduate, even though you already have 9. But this degree is one that's easy to customize once you have it with a few industry certs. And the master's degree is largely the same way. It's very focused on leadership in the IT space. And so you can take that degree and apply it to many different areas, whether it's you want to be a senior leader in a company, or you want to be a project manager, or you want to perhaps do something with procurement or sales. We didn't talk too much about consulting. These are great degrees if you plan to be a consultant, because when you walk into a company, you never know what you're going to find. So a lot of different job opportunities and spaces are filled by people with this degree. I also like to think of this as as also a great degree for what I would call the small to mid-sized businesses. So sometimes in IT, we just think of the big guys like Amazon or Google or Microsoft. And if you live in one of those cities where they're located, great. But if you don't, there are a lot of job opportunities in IT. You've got your local hospital, your local school board, your local government, any manufacturing company or any business in town is going to have IT people. So this is a great degree to prepare you for that, where you are the go-to person. You need to know something about everything. So it's a really great degree for that business area.
We have a few more questions. Jay or Jai asked, are you able to test out of courses? So you can go as fast as you want in our programs. The way they work, if you're not clear on that, is when you sign up for a term, you have to do at least in the undergraduate 12 courses, and the master's 8 to be considered a full-time student and get financial aid. However, if you get done with those credits, right, this course is 8 credits. So if you get done with those 3 or 4 courses, whatever they are, you can take as many as you want within that 6-month term. So it is possible, it's not very often, but it is possible for students to graduate, within a term or 2 terms, if you especially transfer in a lot of credits. So it's possible to accelerate and go that fast if you want to, and you're able to. We also have pre-tests in most of our courses where you can kind of test your knowledge and see if you think you're ready to take the exam, and then go ahead and take that. So you don't have to do all the learning materials if you already have the prerequisite knowledge for it. Just, you can breeze through things pretty quickly. So that's that one there. Advisories. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, we have a question from Joshua, who has a strong military background, and he's asking if we have any advice for people coming out of the military to move into IT. Alan, I know you are military. Do you have any advice on that?
As far as the program with WGU, one, you can't go wrong. Two, start working with your education center now. As you go through whatever service that you belong to. I don't know if it's Army, Air Force, or Marines. There is a transition program. Make advantage of the resume writing and so on and so forth that they offer during your last few weeks while you're in uniform. And let's see, I think WGU, we have a great military section that works directly with our military to assist them with their tuition, going through the different types of GI Bill, Chapter 35, and GI Bill, so on and so forth. We have experts over there that can answer any questions that you have. So you can reach out to them as soon as possible, and they can get you taken care of.
The only thing I would add to what Alan said is I think our career services office could also help you. So I would get in touch with them, and they can help you with resume. They can help you with how to network on LinkedIn. And I'm sure that they have military specific resources. So please reach out to them as well. It sounds like you already have a BS in ITM from the School of Business, and you're coming over to get your MS over here. So I think that's a great play with all of your IT experience in the military. So, but get involved with our career services office as well.
I think that's pretty much it. We're at the end of time. I've tried to answer all the questions the best I possibly can in the chat and in the Q&A, and so is everybody else putting all their information there. Feel free to reach out to us. I guess I will just put my email address in the chat right here. If you would like to reach out, you're definitely welcome to do that. And I don't know why that just changed it to that, but okay. There we go. That's correct. So you can feel free to reach out to us if you have any more questions. We're here to help you. And again, your enrollment counselors are a really great source of that too. So even though there's a lot of self-enrollment, you can talk to a person, get some help there, and get a lot of those questions answered as well. So
we look forward to having you here. We can't wait to have you join us. And if you have any questions before you start, or if you have any questions after you get here, save those email addresses to us. We're here to help.